Hey guys, well, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and I am just a mama to my sweet little boy Matthew, and I am just documenting my journey through IVF now in my second pregnancy. And today I am just sharing all of the things that happened during the 2-week wait, or technically it's only 8 days. Again, I was doing IVF, and so we know we're testing on day 9. So I just kind of stopped on day 8 of documenting the stuff that was going on. So I would say this one is very similar to how I felt with Matthew. But now that as I'm like watching all of these little recordings back, I'm like, there's a few days where I'm like, probably was a good indication that something was going on. These were not the happy sunshine and rainbows kind of days that I was essentially hoping for, of low stress and all of that. My husband and I were not fighting, just not on the same page. We were just kind of distant, I guess is a good way to say it. And we were just a little distant, and there was just a lot of emotions those like 8 days. And so it was just a lot. And I was just like, I'm supposed to be happy and just like so joyful right now, and I'm not. And what's going on? Without further ado, let's dive right in. Hey guys, just checking in. So it is technically day 2 post embryo transfer. Nothing too crazy so far. Again, if you have not seen my last video, I will link that up here, but I had no symptoms with Matthew. So anything that I feel now, I'm like, well, is this pregnancy? Is this not? Late last night, I got a headache really bad, which was just odd because I tend to know like when or what I've been doing that would cause a headache, and didn't really do anything. So that was a little odd. And then I also have a headache today, which same thing, not normal. Today, this afternoon, I've just been super sleepy. I mean, I like felt like I hit a wall earlier, and it was taking everything I could to just keep my eyes open. My friend was like, oh, that's a good sign. And I'm like, really? I feel like it's too early for something like that. So she said she felt stuff within like 36 hours post-transfer. So is it true? I don't know. We'll see. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is last night and this morning. This morning I was very emotional, and last night I just kind of started feeling really mopey and depressed, and for no reason. Like nothing had happened. It wasn't like my husband and I got in an argument or I was upset with somebody else. Like there was no reason for me to feel like this. I took yesterday off work, so it's not like I was just relaxing and peaceful yesterday. So again, there's just no reason for me to have felt like depressed and mopey like I was. And my husband kept asking me what was going on, and I was like, nothing, because there wasn't anything. I couldn't express into words how I was feeling. So this morning I was trying to jot down some thoughts and feelings and stuff just to try and make sense of it as I was, praying and talking to God. And so I'm going to share some of those. Again, these are very real and raw, and I'm not holding anything back. So just letting you in on how I was feeling today. I kind of just mentioned the first thing, but I was just like, I'm supposed to be happy and joyful and excited, and I'm mopey and depressed. Like, why? What is wrong with me right now? And why am I feeling like this? So that's the first thing that I just kind of wrote down. And the next thing that I wrote and just started talking to God about is the fact that, I have prayed and said, hey, God, I'm giving you all of these fears and these doubts, and I've listed them all out. And I said, I'm giving them to you, and I'm choosing to be excited and hopeful and positive about this transfer coming up. And it's just realizing that I don't feel like I've truly been able to let them go, and I don't know how. And so that's something that I'm struggling with, is just not knowing how to let things go and truly give them to God to handle, and letting go of it myself. So that's just something that I'm working through. The other thing I wrote down, I realized this a couple of days ago. My mom was here last night because she takes Matthew to daycare for me today, and she made the comment too. But when we were doing IVF with Matthew, my husband and I prayed after every single shot, and we haven't this time. And we've only been doing it for a week so far, but I realized that too, and for no other reason other than just we've been lazy. And our protocol with my doctor was to do these PIO shots late at night. Like our initial time was 10, and we've been able to move them up now after transfer, but It was 10 o'clock at night, and we're early people to bed. So we are usually in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And so we were falling asleep on the couch waiting for these shots to be able to do them, and then just, basically trying to go to bed as soon as they were over. Just being lazy and not doing it. And then that just kind of got me emotional because I'm like, what if God's mad at us now? And what if he punishes us because we aren't keeping him in this process? And I just go back to the truth that I know that God is not a punishing God. He's not going to do that. But I still feel so bad that we've forgotten and we haven't done that. Because that is one thing that I always wanted to do was, God blessed us with the opportunity to do IVF, not once, but twice. And we got 3 good embryos from it, and we just have always tried to keep him like right there in the center of it and a part of it, because without him it would never be possible. So that's something else that I've been dealing with today. Unfortunately, it is just a big lie that the enemy has weaseled his way in and told me, and as hard as I try, it's hard to get it out. Because like I said, I know that God is not going to punish us. Is he disappointed? Probably. But he's not gonna. But he's not gonna punish us. Again, just in talking to God, I just told him that I'm weak right now and I need his strength. Not because I deserve it. And I just asked him to work on correcting my heart and the lies that are inside. Because that's exactly what they are. They're just lies that the enemy has filled me with, and it's just, like I said, I'm being raw, I'm being real. This is just where I'm at right now, and I think it more upsets me that I feel like this on 2 days post-transfer when I want to be peaceful and happy. And I've been nothing but super emotional all day. That is kind of it for, I guess, day 2 update on how I'm feeling, what's going on. It's just been an emotional one today. I hope and pray that tomorrow is better, because I don't want to do another day like this. But I will keep you guys posted on how the rest of this week is going. Hey guys, just checking in. So it is day 6 post-transfer, and just checking in with symptoms. So on days 3 and 4, I still had the headache. It was getting less and less each day, which was good, because I know I can take Tylenol technically as you're pregnant. I just don't like to take anything if I can avoid it. Even if I'm not pregnant, I will try and avoid it if I can. So luckily the headaches weren't bad enough that I needed to go and get any Tylenol or anything like that. So that was a good thing. So on day 4, the other thing is I just noticed that night I was a little gassier than normal. Could have been something that I ate, because I did have cherries earlier that night. So I don't know if that was it. The only thing I noticed yesterday on day 5 is just that I had like a really dull cramp, and had I not been in a 2-week wait and just hypersensitive and hyper aware of everything going on with my body, I probably wouldn't have even noticed it. But I did notice that just kind of off and on, afternoon to evening, just noticed that little dull cramp there. And then today, now it is in the afternoon, but on day 6 so far, got up and went to church, and while we were in church, just during our praise and worship part, I just noticed that I was getting really hot and just kind of felt like I needed to sit down at one point. And I don't know that I would necessarily say that it was like a nauseous feeling, versus maybe I just got too hot from like being inside with everybody. I don't know. Is it pregnancy symptom? Who knows? But it is different, and I've never felt like that any other time in church, so that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up and saying anything about it here. That's it for today. I will check back in tomorrow or the next day. Good morning, you guys. I am just checking in. So technically it's day 8, but I am just going to recap day 7 for you. And tomorrow, finally is beta day. The only thing of note that I can say yesterday was that when I was walking down our hall to go take Matthew to daycare, I kind of had a cough, like clear your throat kind of cough. And whenever I did, I felt this like twinge really low. I only remember feeling that whenever I was pregnant with Matthew. And it's kind of, if you have been pregnant before, it's kind of like a cough or something like that, where you're like, you kind of want to hold your tummy and stuff. And so I'm like, ooh, it's like that was weird. So fingers crossed. I'm hoping that's a good sign. But that's really it for yesterday. I have not had a headache, no sore boobs, no nothing like that. So if that little incident had not happened yesterday morning, I would have had nothing to report for day 7. The other thing that I wanted to touch on is more just to be very open and honest and just let you know that this little 2-week wait, these last 8 days, 7 days, have not been like super pretty and rainbows and sunshine and, just all of the wonderful things. They've been super emotional and, in my opinion, just heavy, and it hasn't been fun. Saturday and Sunday were just very emotional, heavy days. My husband, when we got up on Saturday morning, he was just kind of acting short with me, and I don't know why. And so I just started acting short with him right back because, he was doing it to me, so why not do it back to him? And that continued literally all weekend. And no reason. And so, we were just bare minimum words to each other, just enough to like get through the day basically. And it was just rough emotionally on me, just because I'm already dealing with, just everything going on with my body, just emotions and hormones being still, shot up in you every day. So there's just already a lot going on. And then I've got, my relationship with my husband that we're just not on the same page. We are butting heads, and it's just too much, basically, at the end of the day. I was just finding myself in a very big battle between telling myself constantly, like, you have no symptoms, this didn't work, it's, you might as well just go test because it's going to be negative anyways. And then on the same flip side saying, no, it's going to work, it's positive, you're going to be pregnant. And so it's just a constant battle in my head going on through all of this. Yesterday morning in my prayer time, that is just what I spent all of my time doing. I wrote down every feeling, every thought, every prayer that I had, and it was, I think, 4 to 3 pages long. But mainly just asking God, like, to please help me fight this battle that I've got going on, because I cannot do it alone. The enemy had 100% like, gotten a hold of me and was just raging havoc on me, and I could not do it anymore. I couldn't try and fight it on my own any longer. And I will say, like, just writing all of that down and getting all of my emotions out and just taking it all to God, I felt 10 times better by mid-afternoon. And that was huge, because I had not felt like the dark cloud lift off of me in several days. And as I was thinking about it yesterday afternoon, I'm like, well, duh, of course the enemy is going to attack you, because he doesn't want you to have a happy marriage. He doesn't want babies being born, because he doesn't want anybody to, go up against his havoc that he has been creating in the world, basically, over the last several years. And so, of course, he's going to take any little opening that he can in you, your marriage, your relationships, anything. He's going to use any little teeny tiny little crack that he sees, and he's going to weasel his way in there and get it and take hold. And that is exactly what he did with me. So I just wanted to bring that up so that you don't see this video or any other videos and think, oh, this is just a piece of cake, and there's like no sadness or anger or anything like that ever happens. It 100% happens, and that's why I'm just being honest and just sharing that, because these last 8 days have not been the happy, carefree, peaceful days that I would have liked to have had during our little 2-week wait period. And so I just wanted to share that so that you guys know kind of just how I've been feeling emotionally and all that. So I will check back in and give you an update for today later, just to see if anything decides to pop up symptom-wise. Good morning, checking in. It is technically day 9, it's beta day, and I have not tested at home yet, and I have not gone in and done blood work. It's actually only like 4 in the morning. This is when I normally get up though, as crazy as it is. But I just wanted to film a quick day 8 update before I know any results. So last night as I was driving home from work, I felt a little crampy. I would say it was more kind of like PMS cramps, but again, at this point, I'm like, am I making things up in my head? Am I imagining things? Or am I actually really feeling stuff? Or is it, again, just because of something that I ate? Other than that, that was pretty much it. There was really nothing, no other symptoms yesterday. So I don't know what to expect from today. I'm super nervous and ready to go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed just seeing all of the emotional changes or just, things I was going through in those 8 days, basically. If you are in the same waiting period, I hope that gives you some kind of comfort and just, lets you know that if you're going through the same thing, that you're not alone. Like always, if I can be praying for you in any way, make sure you leave those down below. I'll be bringing you guys an update next time, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care and God bless.